each other without a formal supervisor. So when you do peer supervision, supervisor is not there. You do it on your own. You give feedback, you give ideas, you share, and so forth. Then it is quite okay. Like what I found you doing when I was coming, I think although it was a discussion amongst yourself, you were doing peer supervision in a way, telling each other, this is what I heard, this is what I understood. You did a good peer supervision there. That's an example of peer supervision. Then we have another one called online or distance supervision. This one is through video calls and telephone or online platforms. You can also do that. And these ones can be done when supervisor and supervisee are in different locations. One is in Erodua, the other one is in Qatar. They can do online or distance supervision very well through the online platforms. We know them like Google Meet. We know them. The ones we are using right now, they are links. And these links, we can talk to each other, we can supervise each other. We call them online platforms or distance supervision. So basically we can say each of the above types of supervision, they are geared towards helping counselors improve their skills and maintain ethical practice, and also provide better care for clients. So all these supervisions identified above or outlined, they are not meant for anything else. It's also to make you grow as a counselor and also to be able to give good support to your clients. So that is what I have. I finally got to the functions of supervision. The last one, functions of supervision. Hitches come and I didn't want to talk when I interfere. I'm talking of functions of supervision. Functions of supervision. Supervision is just not anything. It is meant to do something. And I just briefly want to outline the functions. I know our time is gone. That's why I'm talking alone most of the times. But your time is coming. So one function of supervision is education. It's meant to teach, yes, and improve professional competence. If you want to be a good counselor, go for supervision. Another function is to support counselors. You know, counselors could have emotional baggage, like I said, so we help them to manage the stressors, because counseling has with it a lot of emotional pressure. Because clients are emotional, they can cry. A client can come for a session and cry. That's very emotional. So you are also helped. I remember one time when I was doing my practicum, I went for a group counseling, a group that had issues, 25 of them who are HIV positive. It was not easy. I remember because it was a long distance where I had gone. When I entered into a matatu, it is the conductor who woke me up after 1.5 hours drive. I slept immediately. Emotional or compassion fatigue, because sometimes you can carry that baggage. I slept literally, instantly. The conductor, amka madam, tumefika. Because of that supportive function. Supervision is also has another function, could be administrative. It encourages counselors to follow organizational policies and ethics and monitor the quality of counseling. It can also help there. And it also is used in evaluative function, that is to assess the counselor's performance. So when you go for practicum, you'll be assessed for your performance. Are you doing well? When I normally assess students at KIBCO, student counselors, we normally assess the strengths, areas done well, areas that need improvement. We do that. That is an evaluative function. And this one, it provides constructive feedback, and the counselors in training, they are very happy when you tell them the theories were not applied appropriately, or you did it, but, and you ask them also, where did you feel? They feel very nice. That is the evaluative function of supervision, very, very important. And another function which is key, and you should be doing it on daily basis, consultative. Actually, it can help you to solve difficult cases and making appropriate clinical decisions. Counseling is very clinical. We do psychological clinics to clients through diagnosis and interventions. So you consult to see, where did I do well? Where did I apply the theory well? Where did I not do well? And this one can encourage critical thinking. When you do consultation, you can actually do what we call critical thinking and problem solving. And finally, a protective function. Supervision enhances protective measure, because as we are going to do the ethical issues or legal issues in counseling, you are going to see, as counselors, we should safeguard the client's welfare by ensuring that we provide competent and ethical services. When I say competent, is do not use a theory that you are not sure of. If you are able only to use Gestalt here and now, don't use the empty chair technique and you are not very sure, then you look funny there. Use what you know. You know, counselors go to practice at a systematic desensitization, and they can't do it. Do what you understand. If you cannot do cognitive restructuring, please be simpler. Use the simple techniques that you know. Don't go complicate yourself there and you look funny in front of a client. You know, you can also, you don't know how to use assertive training, and you are telling them, I want you to be this. I want you to start thinking about yourself. Now you are you are damaging the client. If you are not able to use assertive training in the best way, use another simpler method and go slowly by slowly until you become complex. Yes. I have found many students doing some things that they look very funny. They are telling the clients to practice this and they cannot put it very well. I normally say I use what I have. Even if I am experienced, I don't like using things that I don't understand fully. But if I understand them, I have conceptualized the concepts of Gestalt well. I can use the rehearsal and the reversal, and I can also be able to do an enact, like the role play. I can do it. But if it is not okay, I leave it. Yes, that is that. That is the function of supervision. Having said that, maybe if you have a question, you can ask, because we are diving to other things. Any query? Any input? You can also check that one I told you, the reflection on action, because it is part of supervision, and reflection in action, reflection on action. Just check and tell me what it means.
Mwalimu Leah has her hands up.
Oh, sorry, Leah.
Leah has her hand up.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Evening,
okay,
Leah.
thank you, Molim and Polly for your journey to there. Okay, now I would like to know more about your scenario of the group that you had met. Because there is a time, like 5 years ago, we were in a health, we had a health group trip, and we were supposed to attend different sessions, and there was one session for mental awareness, whereby they had organized for a counselor. But to be honest, the session was so chaotic, and to me, the counselor did not deliver anything because she was not able to control the group. Now, in such a case where the group that you are attending overpower you, what should you do? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I get you well. So what was so overwhelming in the group? What made the counselor become overwhelmed?
Some of the participants were drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It was a mixture of a group.
Yeah, our health club.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So the drunkards were interrupting. How many were interrupted? How many drunkards were there? All of them or a few?
Like half, only half of us that were sober.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then I think the timing was not also good because it was in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I think maybe, for drunkards, you don't just talk to them. They had to give them something to entice them and to keep them on, like food, to contain them. When you have such groups, they are also very funny groups. They need to be fed first, then you talk little. You don't talk much to drunkards. Kidogo to, or you give them activities. You cannot just sit drunkards there to talk to them. They will run away. Activities like music, kidogo. Then you tell them, sit now. Somebody can come and tell us something. I think they should have been involved. I think involvement was the key thing there. To involve them, not just to tell, that is not a sober group. There are people whose brains are not rational. They are very irrational, all of them. Mm-hmm. The brain is not working well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and therefore, a brain that is not actually rational cannot get contained. So there are people with a lot of anxiety in them because of the drug. Drug interferes with the normal functioning of a person. So for me, I feel they needed to be involved. And the counselor needed to strategize well, to know this type of a group, do what we call assessment. You know, assessment is very important before you meet in a group. Particularly such a sensitive group. You know, doing that is a very sensitive group. Yes.
So
Maybe
she
that's
failed.
what, yes.
So the counselors failed.
What did she do, by the way?
It was so uncontrollable. And even we didn't even conclude.
What were the drunkards doing?
They became the counselors.
Oh, yeah, she should have allowed them. That is okay.
But what
Let
about
them come
us
and
who are
talk.
sober?
It doesn't. You give them a chance, they also give you a chance. You cannot monopolize the situation because you are sober. They could not, maybe they are not sober, but they are human beings and they are thinking. You know, drunkards are very sharp. Some and they can see when they are being ignored.
No, but Mwalimu, I would have wanted to ask. I would have wanted to ask in such case scenario, was the counselor aware of the group? Now that you've said he or she would have done assessment first. Was she aware of the type of group that was coming? Did she have full details of the type of group that is coming? Because sometimes maybe he was also caught unawares, and not everybody is that flexible to think. Because not everybody can deal with drunkards even in a regular way, yes, in a normal circumstance, right? So if the counselor wasn't aware, so she didn't know what he or she didn't know what she's expecting, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're dealing with drunkards in an evening. You know, if it was someone who knows how to deal with drunkard, they would have made it a disco and put music, let's dance. And then they're tired, then they chill, you know. But then what if the counselor wasn't aware of,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Leah, how was it? Was the counselor aware of the type of group she was handling?
I think she was caught on. She was caught on
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
on a Friday evening.
Yes.
But I think she could have expected.
But teacher, tuseme tu kweli, si mnajua tu sherehe Kenya inaanzanga Friday. Sherehe inaanzanga Friday. So and then sometimes
hata mwenye aliorganize hiyo event pia hayuko serious na life, because kwanza ni Friday na ni watu vijana, watu watataka kurave. So look at that timing, jioni. Afadhali tangeka kansela ongea asubuhi.
na hata wengine walikuwa wamelewa kuboost confidence because they're just running away from
sherehe imeshaanza kutoka afternoon. You know, sherehe imeshaanza kutoka afternoon. Kansela anataka selemu kwa bit sober. Wangeweka asubuhi. Kansela si kama kulikuwa na many events, kansela party yake ingefai kuwa asubuhi. Hapo naona pia mwenye aliorganize event pia hapo alichoma picha.
I'm getting something very important here. And I have remembered something. Thank you for that, Rosetta and Marianne. Leah, I think it is important. Whatever you are saying is very correct, those who are participating. Call drunkards in the morning when they have not rocked themselves. Yeah, because when you call them in the evening, they are already fed.
Excuse me, Mwalimu.
Yes.
We were traveling to Aboseli, and they started drinking right away from Lolongo. Yes.
Who bought for them?
Mwalimu makosa. Sherehe za watu wadogo na kutravel, pombe lazima. Hiyo nayo.
Were they young people?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Marianne, they were not young.
Actually, teacher, those people were given a road trip.
Yes.
So they were not going for the counseling. They were on a road trip.
Exactly. Counseling was not supposed to be part of that event. As in organizer hapo alichoma picha kabisa. Alichoma kayunguza kabisa.
Those are some of the
There we are doing supervision. Imagine you have brought supervision right away. Can we help seriously? Because we shall have other people in the same.
Teacher, you see, kama safari sio ya watu wameokoka, usijaribu kuweka Friday. Road trip yoyote iko na pombe na sigara na bangi. Tusidanganyane, kama watu hawajaokoka, please usijaribu hiyo kitu. Hiyo kitu ya kusafiri, they must drink and eat meat. That's it. Wawe wazee, wamama, wasichana ama vijana. So ni watu ku-strategize too.
Yeah, that's what I said. Assessment had to be done critically to know the type of people you are traveling with. And Leah, if I may ask, because you have said they started drinking from Rorongo now, who bought for them? They bought for themselves all?
Oh, okay. Okay, Mwalim, to be honest,
yeah,
they were elderly people.
Okay.
Yeah, they have money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have money. You see, it's a health club, like the way you can have a golf club, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so money to them was not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were they informed of where they were going and the aim?
Okay, you know, we were told we are going for Aboseli for 2 days, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And we are not prepared for what was supposed to take place.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some parts were taken to aerobics, other times to swim, other times for a wild walk, another session for health talk. No, the one for mental awareness. That's where now it erupted. Yes, and to me, the counselor failed. Yes.
Why do you think the counselor failed?
She did not she underestimated her expectation. Maybe she thought, si hawa ni wazee, hawezi kuwa wametindi, you know. So she was not expecting such elderly people to behave like that. Secondly, she did not stop the fire from spreading. So she lost everything.
What do you think she should have done differently?
Number one, you see, anytime you're having an event, there is these things, maybe is it a flyer or what, of what the event entails. Okay? And then number two, you get the whole concept, like, anyway, what I'm trying to say is, do not assume because people are old, like, sometimes you just want your inner girl to come out. So you have, maybe some will drink, some will eat meat, some will dance. So when you're going to any counseling session or any event, you have plan B. Huwezi enda na plan A peke yake. A ikikosa kufanya, lazima ukue na B. Because kama walilewa, walevi na music wanasikizanga. Ukiwaambia wakuambia venye wanafeel, they really tell you how they feel. That session, if it was made like as them part of the conversation, I think it could have been successful. Instead of the counselor wanting to be the one facilitating everything, angewapea role plays, wangefanya vizuri sana. Walevi ni wazuri sana, they listen.
Kwanza kwa nyimbo.
Sana.
Maybe, teacher, if I could just ask, I don't know, I may have missed out where Leah was starting from, but just speaking from what she has described about aerobics, the sessions, I would pick, like, they were going for a team building. A counselor was invited for this session to have a talk with them. It was just a health talk. It was not a group guidance and counseling, because I believe if it was supposed to have been a group counseling, then they could be having like, is it a shared experience? Are they Alcoholic Anonymous? Are they having a certain vice or something that they would want to work on. So this counselor has come for that specific thing. But just picking here and there, I may not have all the nitty-gritties. I feel this one was a team building. A counselor just came in to share some words of, do I say just share an experience, but not, she came for a counseling session, because these are people drawn from different, yes, they could be elderly, they are married, but what is that commonality that they have together for us to say that they were having a group counseling?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
what Catherine says is making so much sense. It's making so, if it's team building, then it makes sense. It makes all sense. But then another question I would want to ask also, you people who are going for an event, the people who are going for an event, but they don't know the program, they didn't know what it entails, the things that will be done and all that. I hope they had the program so they know there'll be this, even if they don't know what timings. But I'm thinking whoever organized it, for them to allow even the counselor to speak at that time, then there's a high possibility it was more of a team building, which means they don't expect that full concentration of someone, I'm thinking if she says, if it's team building, then it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense.
And also in team building, because I've done so many of them, sometimes whatever you have planned, it backfires on you. So it's you to be ready in case this activity does not work for this group of people. What next can I do to make sure that these people are engaged? They do backfire. It's you to have a option number 2. Hii kwama unaingia na ingine. Hivyo.
Yes. I'm also
Exactly. That's very true.
That is very correct. I'm also thinking the counselor should have adjusted accordingly and do what we call facilitation. Instead of doing now the training and the talking, you facilitate. To facilitate is just to coordinate and see what can be done differently to keep this group busy. What can I do to this group to help them? It's not about helping them maybe to stop drinking, but it is trying to help them live a healthy habit. And I'm not the one to do it alone. I do a facilitation whereby I can engage them. If I see that it's not working as an entire group, why can't I also keep them in small groups? And then they start discussing.
Mwalimu, I think that is exact. Now we are going towards what Leah was trying to say. That's why Leah was feeling that the counselor had failed, because I think she's speaking in the aspect of the counselor was not flexible enough.
Yeah, exactly.
If I could just add, I think, let me tie it to what teacher you have asked us about reflection on action and inaction. In action, immediately they started going, changing. She should have adjusted herself to do it differently to accommodate, because something that she did not anticipate has now happened. We are here talking about how it went through. We are analyzing, so we are reflecting it on the action that happened.
Yes.
Nimona tusiwesti story.
The story is nice, and I'm liking it.
Congratulations.
It is supervision. Thank you. It is, in fact, it is what we are calling supervision. It is coming in very well. Come again, Catherine, you are saying something, finish up.
No, I was just using this example that Leah has shared with us to understand what you had asked us about reflection in action. In action is during that session when they started when they started behaving in a manner that she had not anticipated.
Very good.
She needed to immediately change the strategy.
Yes.
If they want us to sing, let's go with the singing, then we can.
If they want to dance, let them dance.
And then after that, we pick it up.
Exactly. Thank you.
During that session or during that action that is happening, you immediately go with how the client is. Vile anakupeleka pia unaenda una flow naye.
I love this. Thank you, Kadri. That is reflection in action. When you're in action, you correct yourself in the session. When things are not moving well in the session, you change completely and change the strategy. Let me give you an example. When I go for counseling, I go for seminars. Do you know sometimes I change my topic? The way I had planned to present them, yes, they are the same ones, but I modify them. Because
someone has not muted their mic. Teacher, someone has not muted their mic. There is a lot of noise.
I can hear it. What I'm saying, sometimes when I go for seminars, I am forced to modify my talk. Yes, the topic is the same, but I modify. Why? Because sometimes I can meet the audience. And maybe the audience, I was told, when I meet them, I find this type of audience, I need to be a little bit careful. The grammar I had prepared here is not fitting this group. So I move down. So I modify everything. I modify the language. I modify the strategy. I modify the examples. You see, because there are places you go, you find this type of a group is very vulnerable. There are examples you cannot use there because they have not reached that level. So I think that's where maybe the counselor was not able to pick. When you survey the group and see this is a type of group like the teenagers, if you go to the teenagers and you go to the elderly and you go to the middle class, those three groups are totally different. Totally different. When you go to the teenagers, you need visual aids. You need the strides. Because if you just go and talk there, you'll be talking to yourself. When you go to the elderly, you need to be very experiential and very real, not using jargons. When you go to the middle class, particularly the corporate, that use jargons there because that is their standard. So I think the counselor was not able to weigh what kind of a cadre am I dealing with. These are people who take alcohol, and I don't want to judge them. So what am I going to do? I involve them in activities. Somebody can come and tell us how you have been, how is your experience with alcohol, and where it is. Then you come and do that. And then you tell them you can do an activity here and tell us more. If there is something you people can tell us that can help us, it does not mean because you're in that particular area, you have nothing important. In fact, you pull them. That's how you pull people. In fact, even people who are not knowledgeable, if you want to pull them, show them they're important. If I were there, I would have shown that they were very important and even include them. Come here, my good people. Yes, let us do something. Let us teach these people something. We also have something. We can also shape them. And they would have done a lot. Anyway, maybe the counselor was caught off guard. We cannot blame her. But in future, as counselors, please be highly adjustable. Yes. Change your strategies. Change your language. Change your language completely. There are times you go. I come from the Kikurad myself. And sometimes I go to a certain place for seminar. I use my local language 24/7. Let me not use the English because I will leave them empty. It is there, I have it a lot, but they don't need it. In fact, they don't need it. I'm crushing them. They know, and we went for Alumni Connect on Saturday, Kibco, and there is somebody who talked there and said, counseling is not sophisticated. Counseling is going to where people are and staying according to them. And she said, and I'll never forget, counseling is work that
we can't hear.
try
We can't hear you.
My
Teacher, your internet.
careful.
Teacher, we are not hearing anything.
We on what if you can't sometimes when we are doing something good, we are disrupted. Network was disappearing. I'm sorry. Network disappears when we are saying something good. I want to summarize and say that let us touch people's lives. Let us reach these people. We are doing supervision. That's why I said presenting a grant for supervision. And thank you, Leah, for bringing up that issue. It was a good one. So let us try to reach our people. Let us go down. Let us go down, down, down. Remember, according to Carl Rogers, we said getting into the phenomenological world of the client, where they are. Go where they are in the mind so that you can reach them. Thank you. Leah, have we helped you in a way? Leah, over to you.
Yes.
You
Thank
feel
you.
supervised now.
Yes.
Ashley, I have not heard you talk. How do you feel about everything, Ashley?
Okay, Maureen, let me say this.
Yes.
This is Milka.
Yes.
Although I'm new, but at least I have learned something. I was saying, in the case of Leah, we are
Yes.
talking about supervision. She could have, that counselor could have talked to another higher counselor and inquire from them, how do I handle such a case? Yeah. That's what, if it was me, that's what I could have done. Maybe call somebody, please help me here. I have a case here. How do I go about it? Yeah. Instead of Leah saying that the counselor failed, he could have consulted. Yeah.
I like that.
Isn't it?
Yes.
That counselor could have called another counselor. Amwambia hapa niko na kitu kimetokezea. How do I go about it?
Thank you.
Simply what we are talking about right now, about supervision. Call your supervisor. Yeah, that's my own thing.
I think you are very correct. Can you appreciate Milka for that? Yes, you can make a short call to a friend, supervisor, and what have you. Like the way Nehemiah did a short prayer to inquire from the Lord. I think I love that.
Also, Mwalimu, what you are saying, I think counseling is like preaching. You are telling us to go deeper to them, go to them, look for them. It's like preaching the gospel.
It is true.
Okay.
You have to go where they are. Only that you are not preaching. You have to go to their level, like Jesus used to do.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I think you now understand supervision, what it means. Whatever Leah brought up is a good case supervision. That's what we mean by presenting a client for supervision. We have been able to supervise that case. It was a bit complex for that person. They got overwhelmed. But once you supervise the person, they may never get to the same mistake again. So supervision is key, and it helps counselors to grow in all aspects of their lives. Having said that, what else do we need to say apart from maybe saying what? David, today you are very quiet. What are you saying as far as that case is concerned, by the way?
It was interesting listening in. My take was just that the thing that jumped out for me is what Catherine shared, that it was the perfect example of reflecting in action and on action. So what we are actually doing now is we are reflecting on the action that has already passed. Yeah, but I think sometimes even the counselor might want to reflect in the action, but not have the capacity to do so. So what again Milka has said also makes sense. They should consult. So I think it was a good case study for our lesson for today.
Thank you, thank you. You know, we are also amplifying our methods. We need to amplify and modify our methods to fit the situations in life. When we don't make this counseling experiential and very practical, it becomes like it is something very complicated. But once we have such cases in the limelight and in the open, we can be able to dissect them in a very good way, and everybody will know what we mean by a supervision. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. And where is Dixon? Dixon, where are you?
I'm here, teacher.
Yes, what can you say?
What I can say is from what she has shared, I think every counseling session that as when we get to counselors, they'll be very, very unique. There'll be no two counseling sessions that will be the same. So you have to adapt and change. And for that counselor, maybe you don't say she failed, but we can say that she got a new experience that she will learn from. So maybe not treating it as a failure, but as a way to improve next time. Because all these situations, I think they'll be very, very unique. Every client will just be unique. And supervision will really help you navigate.
Thank you. That's why we should not ignore this area of the supervision. Powerful. Thank you.
I have something to say. I remember the first time we were learning what counseling is, it said, what is counseling? It is guided by skills, knowledge, and psychological theory, not just common sense. So in this sense, it's not just common sense. If you have knowledge of what you do and the skills, they will help you to maneuver around situations. That's what I have understood. And then lastly, never assume. Don't assume because, oh, Teacher Elizabeth, there we are going. Never assume in any session, be it you're dealing with children. Because I remember there was a time I was facilitating some mentorship sessions in Diani, and I realized the craft was not working with the kids. So I had to think very fast and change the craft, and it worked at the end of the day. So never assume. Because I'm dealing with this group of people, they are mature, they are doing this. So it's not just common sense, it's the skills and the knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear that? Yes. Don't assume. In fact, I saw another, the theory of assumption, and I'll study that theory to hear what it says. Assumption should be the last thing, because human beings are very erratic, very dynamic, they change. So you have to change and conform. I pick that one very seriously. Human beings are very dynamic. Yes, they change. And they can change at any stage. So you also change with them. Powerful. Thank you, Marianne. Let's see, Ashley.
Yes, teacher. For me, I'll take it as a situation that, for instance, on Sunday, sometimes a volunteer doesn't come. There's a situation I was in. My colleague was on leave. That Sunday, the volunteer who was supposed to come and teach one of the classes for Sunday school told me in the morning, I won't be coming. So I didn't have another plan B. I was the one who was supposed to go in. So for this counselor, I feel like we should be ready always for a client. For the drunkard, for the sober one, for who and who, we should be ready. Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley. We should highly adjustable, adjust. And Paul said, I quote the Bible, if you go to Rome, do like the Romans. If you go to America, don't behave like a typical Kenyan woman. Behave like the Americans a bit. Hata vaa kama American, wewe jipange, vaa nguo vizuri, acha kukaa huko. Or if you go to Tanzania, vaa nguo zile wanavaa, at least ukae kama wao. You are not a Tanzanian, but behave like you are like them, so that you can fit. You know, I have always said here in this group, when I see these people in the TV, or those news anchors, the whatever, those who read the news, I find them when they go to Northeastern, they dress like them. When they go to the coast, you see them dressing like those people. When they go to the Maasai, they have the kiko, so that they look like the Maasai. We can
politicians.
Yes?
Also politicians, when they go to the coast, they even wear buibui.
Very good. But why are we so sophisticated ourselves? That's why we are not reaching our people. Let's go and reach their level. Try to show yourself that you are like them. Even the language you are going to speak, you may not dress like them, but the language. And when you know you are going for counseling, dress well. Don't be scaring. At a makeup, you may exaggerate. You scare them. You know, you can. There is a way you can also scare the clients. You have really magnified. You makeup, I'm talking. Rosette told me I'm a comedian, but that is me.
Can you imagine? How can you use the word magnify?
To magnify. You do it in an exaggerated manner. Too exaggerated. Do you know there is a way even you can wear and you look fake, even if you are decent. Anyway, that does not mean we should not wear well. It means that we should not be so high. Okay. Where are we now? Can we head there? What are we taking home anyway? What are we taking home? Many people have really participated. Who can crown by saying what they are taking home? And we normally say in one word. For me, I'm taking home the case of Leah. Thank you, Leah. It has taught me, it has challenged me. Thank you, Leah.
Welcome.
Others, Elizabeth. Even if it is one person who is going to crown for us, we move to other areas. We now close the day. Any comment?
Teacher Kareimani has not said anything, so she should crown for us.
Thank you, Marianne. You are always rescuing me. Thank you, my dear. Let her say something.
Mwalimu, I've learned that we should get to the level of the people we are going to talk to. Yeah, that is my biggest highlight.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so for me, I have a lot of take home. Thank you very much, Leah, for sharing your story. You know, sometimes when you share something, that is when you realize your mind is thinking here and there, here and there. Thank you very much for being vulnerable. Okay, but apart from that, I think what my take home, not take home as per se, but what I've learned, you know, there are things that we usually do. I do much of team building and doing hangout events, okay? So you'll find there are these things that you usually do for ice breaking, like making rounds. Okay, now I've known it has a name, okay? Making round, but it is something that we usually do, especially when we do these team buildings in the park, you know? So you find you'll be passing around, whether it's the mic, whether it's the ball, whether it's, you know, but I didn't know it's a technique. So you just realize there are many things you look at it and you see, like empty chair, I actually did it many times, but I've never looked into it as a technique as per se, but it is something that I did so much when I lost my parents. Okay, and then there are things that, you know, I'm coming to learn that there are things that you usually do, either consciously or unconsciously, and just to realize now you have a name for it, or you don't know how much it has been helping you, but you didn't know the help was actually coming from that thing that is a technique, but you didn't know it's a technique. Okay, so I'm grateful, teacher. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We can't thank you enough. It's good to have you in the team.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you, Rosette. I always appreciate your what? What do we call it? The name is disappearing. It has disappeared. I am apprehensive. Appreciate. Thank you, my dear. If we have nobody else, I also appreciate you a lot. Your class I cannot miss to have. You are at heart. In fact, in my heart, I feel you. Even when I was in that funeral, I was saying now time, it is now 5. And I'm supposed to have a class at 6:30. My God, let me make it 7. on the way at Brew Post, then I saw it's almost 7. I told you, discuss the techniques. I'm almost home. And I'm so happy because I didn't want us to miss it on Thursday. Friday is normally a very busy day. And once we have scheduled ourselves for Thursday, it's not easy for people to reschedule because you have other activities. We are busy people because we are parents, we are working. So rescheduling people abruptly, it's not very good. So I appreciate also. And I wish you a good weekend. The notes are already sent. Marianne challenged me. What I'm purposing to do, God willing, maybe, is it Monday now? Is it yes. I want to start setting the cards based on elements. I'll set card element 1. I'll not make them very lengthy. They'll be short. So those who agreed that they can be bringing them physically, just do them. If I give card 1 like next week, I give you a week, you do it. No, yes. Then another one, they are supposed to be 5 elements, so that when you do them, those who are submitting online, you can submit. Those who are doing them physically, you just keep them and take them to the respective campus. Then I can pick them from there. Some people asked for my email, it's there. You can send your journals, we see how to do it. And another thing before I forget, there is an evaluation that you go to the students' portal and then you do some evaluation there, please. There's some evaluation you need to do there in the students' portal. Please go there and do the necessary. Otherwise, I wish you the very best. And what I want to give you for your own knowledge, just look for a case. And anytime we can be supervising one case, at least. Case supervisions are very good because they increase our knowledge. So go look for that. And something that we were not able to exhaust, where I think it's an assumption or I forgot, you can go check the role of a therapist in Gestalt. So when we meet, we start with it. The role of therapist, it's still the same, like maybe goals, but the way we put it, the role of the therapist. And something else I felt it was very important, do not hear the interventions, therapeutic interventions using Gestalt theory. It's very important. Just try to research on that. We can present it, the first thing we do next week, so that will become enlightened. And otherwise, I wish you well. Let me pray because...
Mwalimu, wait 1 minute.
Yes.
Mwalimu, you know, what I'm saying, you talk, Jamani. So, you know, this, what is it, journal thing? Mwalimu, I want a real, not an example. Should I call it an example? As in a sample of a real journal. Wacha ile ulituonyesha, zile ulituonyesha mwalimu ilikuwa ya mtu ya counseling, yani ni kama kwa there's a counseling session. Nataka ya student, mwalimu saidia mwanao hapa. I want to have a you see Judy unacheka. Like seriously, I want to, kwa sababu sengine najiulizaje, am I overthinking? Kwa sababu naona, is this really what is required? Kwa sababu siko sure kwa kweli. Mimi unacheka na unajua nasema ukweli. Kwa hivyo mwalimu tuonyeshe sampuli ya ukweli. If possible, basi tuonyeshe basi hata sampuli ya student mwenzetu mmoja. Nani yako sure ako confident na nini yake? Atumie mwalimu tuonyeshe.
Sawa.
I second you.
Yes.
No, I second Rosette on the journal thing. Yeah, because it's a bit challenging on whatever we are writing.
Asante Judy kwa backup. Asante.
Mimi hata sijaanza juu sijui ninaanza wapi. Nilikuwa nangoja Rosette afanye kitu na mimi nimuulize form ni gani.
Mwalimu, acha tuseme tutoe. Jamani, tusaidie tu na moja sample, hata kama ni student mwenzetu. Whoever feels they are comfortable with their own, please share it to mwalimu. Wacha tuonyeshe hata sample bila jina. Please, tusaidieni kwa sababu mimi kusema kweli sina beri.
Nitajaribu niko na moja, nitajaribu kuipiga picha nimtumie muone.
Baby
lakini mwalimu Chele ulituonyesha siku ile.
Hiyo sample.
Nani?
Is it how Is it how to start the journal or what? What is complex?
No, you know, teacher, no, in reality, we know it's not complex, but we just don't want to waste time doing something not the right way. Not to put time. Time no muhimu pia. But apart from that, yani, hata ukienda you do a research, utapata vitu, lakini according to the samples the other teacher mentioned and the one you showed us, you go contrary, you go opposite now what I have. So
I'll try to send mine. Nitapiga picha moja muangalie na mwingine
sawa mwalimu. Asante.
Yeah, sawa. Yes.
Yes, and you remember me sending you a number of them the weekend. So I wanted you just to check on them, then tell me whether I'm on the right track.
I'll check on it. I'll give you the feedback.
Then give me feedback. I know whether I'm on the right track.
Haya, kwa hivyo Uncle Timothy amekubali yake ndio sawa.
Kisha hata mimi nitakutumia.
Nitatuma mwambie mwalimu angalia aone. So I don't know.
I said mine.
Yes.
Me too, I said mine, lakini the way these guys have talked, nikasiko sure. Whatever.
Teacher, I'll send mine.
Yes.
So that you can have a look at it and then you'll tell me whether it's correct.
I also make sure I look for the one I have here, the physical one. I nipige picha nimtumie muangalie bado.
Yeah, I think that will be helpful. Help us.
Rosette, had you written, Rosette?
Yes.
Madam Jeanette had responded to one of my, I think the first one, she had sent her notes back. I don't know whether it would help from what I had written. She wrote back the notes on what I should check on in the next one. Yeah.
Can we use that one? You'd like to share with us?
I'll send it to her and then she will see if we can use it. Yeah.
Okay, sawa basi, no problem.
Because I had sent the Johari's video and the reply that I got from her was I did it very right, very okay.
Timothy are on point.
No, I'm
Timothy are on point. How comes me I didn't get a
She was responding. Can you check on one of them, the ones that you sent? She was replying only once, like on one of them. You check the footings.
No, we have not received any response unless today. Is it today?
No. Immediately we sent the first week after she had read.
Mimi nilikuwa nimeandika historia ya maisha.
Wacha na historia ya maisha ama maisha so.
Okay. Actually, even me, I did not get any feedback.
Journal is about your journey. The journey of counseling.
No, I've just checked it now. I didn't receive any response.
The growth. You know, I don't. Anyway, I don't know. Let us
mwalimu unajua ni mwalimu. Unajua wewe ni mwalimu already. Kwa hivyo sio kusema it is your yes, we understand that, but tuonyeshe ka sample.
Ni sawa. I am okay, I agree. Nitatuma.
Okay, sawa mwalimu. Okay, asante.
I know I have it here, nitaitafuta. I have it, nitaitafuta. I'll look for it.
Picha ya mwisho juu ni kama tutaki kuenda. So, mimi nasinga tu kisema element 1, element. So mimi element 2 nasemanga tu kwa kichwa yangu element.
Element ndio gani? Okay.
Let's get mtu mwingine ndio ulize element 1. Mimi sasa akili yangu nakwanga tu element. Wacha tu nione ni
jibu. Let me explain. What I mean, counseling has 5 elements. I will only talk about element 1. Prepare to provide counseling services. So you are going to get questions based on prepare to provide. When you go to element 2, is provide counseling services. When you go to element 3, it talks about ethical issues in counseling services. When you go to element 4, evaluation in counseling services. And element 5, termination in counseling services. So what I'll do, I'll first give you questions based on the first element, that is prepare to provide. So the questions that I'll be giving, they will be based on preparing to provide. You will not provide. The questions basically will come from that particular area. Then after we are done with element 1, next week, we go to element 2. I give questions on provide counseling services, whereby I can be asking a question on how maybe you'll be using the theories, application, such like simple things. You now get?
Understood, clear.
Is it
very clear now?
Yes?
Very clear, yes.
Thank you.
Haya, mwalimu tuombe.
Wacha niombe. Hata kuchoka na safari, hata Mungu ni mwema, nimetoboa. Kuchoka inaenda 10. Acha tuombe. Father in heaven, we sincerely want to thank you and elevate your holy name this evening. We are so grateful for having given us a wonderful day. We have no words to express our gratitude for the day. You have been with us since morning. Have gone for a journey. Other people have also moved from their places. They have also worked, even in risky places and with risky things. You have actually secured us, oh dear Lord, from so